Rhea.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning. What a fun day because we are celebrating. What are we celebrating?
Wait a minute, I matter too.
Do you have your copy with you too?
I do.
Ah, we got to celebrate. Yes. Wait a minute. I matter too. Do you know you are a number one best, or you're not number one yet, but you're close. You are a best-selling author.
Oh, wow.
You're 11 in children's mindfulness and meditation, 42 in children's inspirational and personal growth, and 83 in children's self-esteem and self-respect. That is amazing because the top 100 in ranking on different categories means bestseller. And
Thank
so
you.
we
Thank
are
you.
Nice.
so
Thank you to everyone. Yeah,
excited.
that
And
means so
Rhea,
much
did
to
you
me.
know that you were part of a best-selling book? Look at that.
And thank you, Rhea.
Thank you, thank you. So let's talk about this book and first of all, with you, our beautiful author, Allison Gomez. Um, Tell us where the dream of this book. I know this is the second in your series, and the first time we've really worked together to get this book out to the world. Tell us about this journey and your vision for this book series.
Well, being an educator and then being around so many children with friends and family and just outside when you go out in the neighborhoods, you just hear so many negative comments. And then even with ourselves, we start to think negatively. And then my mom always said, always think of the bluebird of happiness. So that's where the inspiration of the bluebird came in. So
Oh,
this way, so I incorporated that as well as almost like my mom or like a little friendly reminder of how you can turn your negativity or negative thoughts into positive because there's not a lot of affirmations that you can kind of give yourself or like sometimes you can't find someone to boost up your confidence and you have to kind of do it yourself, and we have it all within us. I mean, we always get into our negative thoughts and then we have to be like, wait a minute, I'm better than this. I'm more than this. I am value, I do have value. I have beauty inside and I can make a difference. I don't need anyone else to tell me. And so I just kind of wanted children to hear that message and just know that there's always someone rooting for them and that there's always someone loving them. Even if they don't hear it enough, they know that here are these books, and especially the one now, which is like the newest version of the prelude of the first one, and it kind of like gives you a reminder, like if you didn't know it before, well, here's the second book to tell you, like, hey, wait a minute, you matter too. Like we have it, we matter, and we can make a difference. And look,
mhm.
there's someone who loves me.
And I think learning to love ourselves is the first and foremost key thing. Because if we can't love ourselves, how can anybody else love us?
Exactly,
In the
exactly.
deepest, truest sense of the word, because if we don't take the time to understand ourselves and love ourselves, we radiate a kind of a disconnect out to the world. And and oftentimes we close our ears to anybody that says, "Hey, you're really special, you're really good," and maybe don't believe it. But when you start believing it, there's a spark that happens inside. There's
Exactly, like
a
where we dim
joy.
ourselves.
Yeah,
Exactly. We dim ourselves, but when we start thinking positive, we shine and then we kind of like brighten our day and we find that happiness and that joy in the littlest of things from the biggest of things.
right, right.
Life's moments.
Life's moments, beautiful, beautifully said. So Rhea, you are my granddaughter, and and you are brought into this project to do the illustrations, which are simply gorgeous. And
Mhm.
you've done such an excellent job. Do you mind to share what this journey was like for you? I mean, look at the beautiful little things and the expressions on this owl, this little owl, and what was happening with all of this. Share with us what this has been like to for the very first time, your first job ever,
Mhm.
to be able to have part of this project and know that you're part of a best-selling book.
Well, um, well, before this, I actually did write a book, like not one that's like out on shelves. It's kind of like like a school project back in middle school. And now back looking at it, I was like, what am I thinking? Why did I do this?
It was a start, sweetheart.
It
It was
was
a
a
start.
silly fantasy book inspired by Harry Potter.
That's awesome.
But actually seeing because before this, I kept on thinking like no, I wouldn't be able to write a book that'd be out on shelves because, um as my mother always told me, I am my biggest critic. And I don't know, because I kept on looking back at the pictures, like especially like the first time while doing this, I kept on looking at them and I was like, this doesn't look kind of like the like those kid books, like the oh God, how would I describe it? Kind of like I don't know, because every artist has their has their designs when it comes to like, characters for kids books. And then mine just kind of just looks like the pigeon book.
Aw. But Rhea,
One of
give
my most
yourself,
favorite books, by the way.
give yourself some credit. This is for little ones.
Hmm.
I have to say that when I started working with Ria, um, she kind of like, you know, low leveled her artistic talent. And then just throughout the whole process, she began to shine more and more. Whereas like the designs just started to pop out more. Like she gave life to my story, my words, and put it all together in the collaboration that just kind of like was divine intervention, kind of like brought this book to where it is now. And that just makes it so much more special because people come into your lives and you just never know exactly why and when. And then when doing this project, like as you could see from the finished product,
Hmm.
it became something, in my opinion, more beautiful, not just because it's the book, but I've already seen the reaction of some students from reading the story, and it just brings so much joy and so much gratitude, a
Absolutely.
blessing for sure.
A lot of
I was
blessings.
going to say that also like during while drawing all these, like the first part of like drawing all this, like the first drawings before we, changed up a few things. I did start getting a little bit more confident in my drawing because of one reason, and it's one of the drawings that hangs up in my bedroom. And may I show you on my tablet?
Yes,
Sure.
please.
Sure.
And it is so this one's something I did like how long ago? Because I tried looking up the date when I did this and it doesn't have it saved for some odd reason. Or well, it does, but it's just changed weird because I'm like, I did not do that like that last year. Um, this was a drawing I did and I actually got it to be in a gallery, and it is this one. It is the alien
I remember
butterfly
that.
Beautiful.
drawing.
Mm-hmm.
They allowed digital drawing, no AI, just digital drawing into this art gallery thing. And a lot of people stopped and looked at it and they're like, wow, that's really pretty. And you do this all in digital? And I'm like, yeah. So I was
That's
like, people like people might want to see more of what I do. And maybe, through a kid's book too. Because my little sister, um, I think she's mostly seen like joke drawings I've done. Like kind of like a little family thing. Well, I guess this wouldn't be considered as a joke because I sent this to my mother and it was supposed to be a gift to her. But like little jokes, like little joke drawings, kind of like this. Oh, excuse me.
that is a lot of talent, sweetheart.
So, but yeah, little joke drawings like that, and she still likes it. And she's like, "Why am I like this? Why do I look like that?" I'm like, "Because that's how I
That's how
look at
you
you."
Mm-hmm.
So Rhea, I've seen the progress that you've made, and you have shown me when we visited you, um, and your mama and sisters. You've shown me so much of your creations, and I've been always like, man, I could never do anything like that. I don't know how to do things like that. Wow, look at this
Trust me, the
creativity.
same. Trust me, I'm the same way every time I see someone's art on Google. I'm like,
But do you understand your worth and your value? And that's what this whole book is about. You
Mhm.
understand that this is the very start of maybe a beautiful career for you. And understand that your work is very vital and very important. And the fact that people, when you did an art gallery showing,
Mhm.
that people got to see and experience something that came from you, from your heart, from who you are. Same with this book. This book's going to be around for a long time. And there will be many, many children that benefit from this. And it's because you are the one that made the illustrations. You made this book come to life. I'm going to get to the pages where there's beautiful things. Um, you're the ones that made it come to life. Allison wrote the words. You brought it to life. Look at this beautiful. You know,
Yes, you
this is,
definitely took my characters and put them exactly how I
look at
see
this.
them, how I
Yeah.
feel the children will see them. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's just beautifully done, beautifully done.
So give yourself some credit because credit needs to go where credit is due. And you stuck with the project and we got it done. And here it is. What if you could think of it this way, sweetheart? Then maybe one child, it changed their life. Just one. But I think it's going to change the lives of many. Would it be wonderful to think of that? Think of this book in that way to know that you've made a difference for somebody else. Beautiful.
Actually, and that's actually also what I included because I put this book is to remind us how important we are to the world, and we need you because you will make a positive difference in the world. You are loved and you matter too. Just to highlight the impact that everyone is needed, everyone has value, everyone's important, and everyone is makes a difference in this world.
It's beautiful. And just, I'm thrilled, Rhea, that you could be a part of this. I've loved working with both of you together on this. And I know I kind of turned over the reins for a while so that you guys could work out the details, and which was, I think, the best way to do that. But I am very, very proud of what has come to be with this book. And Allison, I know you have big dreams for more to come,
Yes,
and the
yes,
journey of making a difference at one life at a time, and that escalates into many lives at a time.
yes.
Yeah. So what a beautiful celebration. You are a best-selling author now.
I know, I can't believe it.
And you illustrated a best-selling book, Rhea. And you never know when somebody might pick up a copy and say, well, I have an idea for a book too. I really like what this illustrator did.
Hmm.
you know? And so there's a world of possibility right at your little fingertips, you know?
Yes,
So, so I think that this is a day that we celebrate. We had a few little snafus with our technology, so we just decided to do it this way, and as this comes live onto the different platforms, we'll put the link
Mhm.
in and share. But this is a day to celebrate. Celebrate this day. Be happy in your heart that you had a part in something that is truly making a difference. And I know that Miss Rhea, as you understand what you have at your fingertips, I plan
Mhm.
on seeing you out there a lot more. Well, another book, and you never know. One person pick it up and say, "Well, I think this girl has talent." So
and I want to thank you too for allowing us to collaborate and work on this book together to make our dreams come true. So thank you, because you also are part of the difference that helps change the world.
thank you.
You
Thank
matter
you.
also in this process. So thank you.
Awesome. And thank you. I'm so proud of both of you for what's accomplished. Really all three of us, because it takes a village to make a project come to life. And we are that
Absolutely.
village in this respect. And I know there's many behind you. And I know you're working with the children in the way that you do. Could you share a little bit before we conclude of the type of work you do in school?
Oh, right now, I'm a school teacher. I
Mhm.
teach grades pre-kindergarten all the way up to third grade. I've taught pre-kindergarten, kindergarten, first grade, currently pre-K. And I work with special needs students, general ed students, and in an urban district. And so I see many children, different populations. I've been teaching for almost 28 years.
Wow.
And all the
Mhm.
children that come and have touched my life have, and the families as well, just their support and their teamwork and cooperativeness and helping me help their children learn and become who they are today. Because without them, um, they wouldn't, their support is definitely greatly needed. So I teach them all.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. It shows the beautiful person you are inside. I have an aunt that's now in her 80s that was a teacher she was kindergarten, first, second, third as well. And she's taught in many really rough school districts, inner city school districts. And some of those children that she taught in kindergarten, first, second, third, still reach out to her today because she made such an impact in their lives. And
Aw.
here she is in her 80s, you know?
That's true. I see sometimes the parents and they tell me what their children have gone to college or they become, what they're doing in their careers and how they were, that I helped them. And sometimes I'm like, how did I help you? I'm like, we helped each other. We worked together. But it's just amazing to hear like where they are
Yes, it is.
and
It's
just to
beautiful.
know, yeah, because it doesn't take much to just bring that little joy to someone.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations, and let's not let this be the last one we do,
No,
as we move
I
forward.
plan on writing more, have some ideas already.
Awesome. And
I have too many
congratulations.
ideas either, and I can't draw them out.
Uh, Rhea, you've got a lot there in that beautiful mind and heart of yours. And
Mhm.
so as we move forward, I want to see a lot of beautiful work coming from you. All right?
Mhm.
Awesome. Well, let's conclude our interview. I will upload this and send you also the link so you can upload it too. But
Thank
um,
you.
thank you. And I'll turn off our recording.